Hi everyone!
What's up?
Welcome to Adobe Life. My name is Julia Masalska. I'm here today with the amazing artist from Oakland, California, named Joonbug. And we're gonna do some really amazing illustration work today from the sketchbook, to the digital illustration. So thank you all for joining us, and let us know where you're coming from. We're gonna have some interesting conversations in the chat. So introduce yourself, and in about 30 minutes, we will have the chat and win. And there you will be able to win some Sticker Mule stickers. As you can see, we all love stickers. So you'll get the chance to get 100 of those. So stay tuned for that. And in about 90 minutes, we will review some of your guys' portfolios. So feel free to submit your portfolio in the button, in the link above the chat. There you have the little link that says portfolio review. So there you can submit your portfolio review, and we will pick a couple of those and review them in about 90 minutes.
Cool.
So yeah, we're so excited to be here. I'm happy to be here again as a host. Oh yeah, we have some people here. Valdir from Brazil. Hi Steve. Chris is from Virginia. Lee's from DC. Julia is from Italy. Julia. That's the version of my name in Italian with a G. Wow. Awesome.
I've never seen it spelled like that. That's
Alberto is from Miami.
I used to live in Fort Lauderdale. That's cool.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Ian is from Milwaukee. Colleen is from Syracuse, New York. Amazing.
Oh, she can't stay for long.
Colleen, it doesn't matter. It would be great if we would have you for a longer time, but you can also watch it, afterwards. There will be a replay, so don't worry about that.
Trinidad.
We have Brazil, Trinidad in the house. Morning
Jamaica.
from Oakland, Eric, welcome. And we have a couple people here from Italy too. Andreas is from Germany. Well, it's great to have you all here. All right, so as I said, I'm here with Joonbug, and we heard Claudia talking about the Daily Creative Challenge, where we'll talk about this in a second. I'll show you how to submit your artwork for the reviews tomorrow. And now it's us on 9:30 illustration, and at 11:30 you can stay tuned for the XD Daily Creative Challenge, and for Leo and Yuki from Castle Lab for the Adobe Live on UI UX prototyping. So that's gonna be exciting.
That's gonna be really good.
Yeah. Hi from Israel. Hi Artem. Cool. So many people here.
Yeah.
John, I think it's John, right? From Germany. Cool.
Wow.
Amazing.
This is like super global.
Well, let's jump a little bit real quick into the Daily Creative Challenge. I'll show you guys on my screen real quick how this works. So the Daily Creative Challenges are over the next 2 weeks, and you can participate in those and really learn some useful tools for yourself. So if you go on to www.behance.net/challenge/Photoshop, you can participate here in the challenge. You can accept the challenge. Now it says chat with the community because I already kind of accepted the challenge. And here you can see, you can unlock the challenges. So tomorrow there will be the first challenge that you can participate at, and those we will also review tomorrow. So here you can also chat with the community. You'll get connected to the Discord channel where all of us, our community, is sharing their artwork. So if you click on current challenge feedback, there you will have all the artwork that people kind of comment on and give feedback. So it's a really good space for us to learn from each other. We have our amazing mentors, Claudia, Sam, and Tim. We have some moderators here that also help you, with any questions. You can ask questions, you can get career advice, and this is just an amazing platform, to communicate about your design work. So that's amazing. And let's take a look at Joonbug's, social media and introduce him a little bit to you guys, so you get an idea what he's up to and what he's doing. So this is his. You want to tell more about your work?
Yeah. So
and we'll take a look
I'm
at
Joonbug. Hello. I'm mainly an illustrator, but I stepped into the design world as well. And so a lot of my work is hand style illustrations, which is basically a 60-40 traditional to digital. So most of the work is done by hand first and kind of like full fleshed out by hand and then like scanned in and finished on the computer. So I use Illustrator a lot. It's like I live there, and Photoshop sometimes, but mostly Illustrator. So I'm really excited to work on stuff today. And this is my Instagram. I post a lot of stuff here all the time. This is the landing page for everything that is like small to large projects. A lot of my just one-off sketches or random little warm-ups I post on here. Just a lot of ways to see inside my head a little bit. So there's a lot of commentary with my illustrations too. So I think a lot of people get a kick out of just reading those.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's so detailed. Wow. It's amazing. I'm really excited for today's stream because today we're actually going to see the process, how he's doing it. You know, from the sketchbook, we're going to take a look at his sketchbook, and then he's going to transfer the sketches over with Adobe Capture. So, and then we're going to go into Illustrator. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back and forth and kind of show the process, because a lot of it is, you know, not really seen because I just do it, and then what people see is the finished product. So it'd be nice to like take you through and show you a little bit.
Yeah. So follow the Bugs 87, and then we're gonna take a look at his Behance portfolio, which has some really cool. I really like this packaging here. You can see again from like raw sketches.
Right. So the raw sketch, and I just scanned in the black, and then all those little hand-drawn words, and then it just ended up on the Illustrator after that, and then ended up on the bottle after that. So
this is really cool.
Yeah.
So let's go through this process, and this is the final bottle here. This is really cool. I really like it.
Thanks. It's delicious as well.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna like this. Cool. Yeah. Make sure to follow him and check out his projects on Behance. All right, and real quick tour through his website.
Yeah.
So
this is where you can kind of see a lot of the finished products I've worked on and folks that I've worked with, and it's just a lot of range from you have hand lettering to just small little sketches to a full-fledged like layout of a shoe design, and a couple videos as well. And so you can kind of see exactly what goes on from start to finish. And then I have a shop too where I post some of my prints,
to go over here. So you can buy some really nice prints here.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow, this one's sold out.
Yeah, it just sells out really quick. Well, I'm thankful for it, you know. So
This
this year
cool.
I'm working on putting out a lot more prints. The studio I work in, we print everything in the studio, so it's nice to just draw and then go straight to the printing source. So
this is amazing.
Yeah,
and I think this is where in this process you can really use Illustrator to, you know, to prepare things for the print and export the files and all. So
don't have to worry about it being too small or pixelated.
Yeah.
And I just love that, you know, editable work with it.
Thank you, Michelle. Michelle is saying cool work.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys all for
He's
being here.
He's destined to use Apple. I like that. that was always a nickname too. So
awesome. All right. Well, I think so far we've covered the little introduction. Do you want to jump in and we can take a look at the sketchbook maybe?
Yeah, maybe let's
show you
take
some amazing work of yours.
We can kind of browse the sketchbook and then show you what I'm going to bring into Illustrator. And going to use Adobe Capture, and so we have this nice little GoPro that we can kind of flip through and show you guys. Let's see now.
Sorry about that. You want to come a little closer?
Maybe I should turn it around.
Oh, no, you had it right.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the right thing.
So, okay.
Thank you, Paco. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I can kind of show you guys a little bit about, you know, the stuff that goes on in the sketchbook.
Look at this. This is beautiful.
And I just like the way that pen registers on paper. So a lot of the works start here, you know, and then they end up in the computer. and sometimes I'll like color them and stuff like that.
Nice.
So.
What kind of, do you use any specific kind of color pen that you would recommend?
So I typically go with the Copic markers.
Oh, yeah.
They do really well with blending and layers, and so like even this was done with the Copic markers, and it's really vibrant.
Yeah.
And then I use this to ink most of the time. Today I have a brown one, but it has two sides, you know, very fine tipped side and another felt marker side. And then, you know, I have stuff like this where
Cool.
I like to go straight into with the hatching and like get super detailed as what I want to do, and then put that in the computer and then edit that with color behind it.
Nice. Oh, I really like this.
Oh, which one?
It reminds me of spaghetti.
Yeah, I can see that. That's like a warm up too. Is like you're just allowing you, like turning your brain off and allowing your mind.
And
to
this
just
3D
wander.
thinking, you know, what's in the front, what's in the
Yeah,
back.
exactly. And just by shading in one little piece or overlapping another piece, you kind of bring it into the front or the back and let it just kind of mask it with that.
Yeah.
So even these were done with color pencil. And
Wow.
it's just like these
Look at
small
this, guys.
little guys, and
This is amazing.
you know
so beautiful.
they might end up as stickers or
Oh,
prints
yeah.
or you know.
That would be really cool, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, and I just have these warm up good mornings, you know, that just tell the world good morning.
Awesome.
And then today, like, I'm going to scan this little drawing that I did last night. It's just like this. I don't know if you guys ever get these scam likely calls. And, It's just like the annoyance of having these calls come from random places, and you just kind of want to not answer the phone, but they keep calling. And so we have a phone that is a scam likely call, and running after this character, asking them to pick up, and you know, it's like take my call kind of thing, and the guy doesn't want to take the call, so he's running away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna scan that in today and hopefully have some fun with the coloring.
That's cool. I really like how you started with this red pencil.
Yeah.
And then go into like finalize the sketch with this black.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same route comic book artists take. And I found out like back when I was in the early stages that you can take that red out on Photoshop, and so it allows me to just really get messy with the red and like figure out my
That is
idea,
really smart, yeah.
and then come back in with a refined black line, and so I'm not like tracing on another piece of paper. I'm just tracing right on top of the red, and then just completely removing that when I scan it into Photoshop.
Awesome.
And then scanning that clean, or taking that clean line and vectoring and then coloring it. So there's like a small process to it, but this keeps me from thinking too much, and I just go straight into it.
That is really cool. I'm really excited how this is gonna come out in Illustrator. So should we start? Or is there
let's go.
anything else you wanted to?
Maybe I could show you guys a little bit more.
There is another book.
This is another sketchbook. It's really.
I have seen those books in India a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like handmade paper and leather. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. This is so cool.
These are my new characters. This is actually one of the prints that's on my shop right now called the Tall Bird. And it all started right here. And so it's just a matter of, like, this shape that came about kind of, I want to say accidentally, but it wasn't on purpose. And so it's one of those warm-ups that just took me somewhere and made the shape happen.
This is really cool. I love the balance here, you know. You don't have too much black and too much white
Right,
space. It's
right.
like
Yeah,
all
breaking
balanced.
it up and keeping the composition on check. And, you know, even all this black is balanced even more so by the small little shadow down here. And you leave this open space, but then you have these lines kind of breaking up the gray midtones.
Yeah.
And same thing with these, like these
cool.
small little good mornings.
This is really
I might
cool.
color one of these today.
Yeah.
And this
that
is
would be
like, you know, just like a quick 2-minute warm up of just not necessarily feeling like it needs to be something, but just drawing different lines and connecting certain things and curves, and like eventually it makes something. And then I have a few more things, just kind of sketching around. This is a pretty new book, so
Nice.
not that much stuff in there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for
yeah.
letting us look into your work. I know sometimes this can be like a look into your soul because, you know, when you put something down like that and, right?
Kind of, sort of. So I think what I always banked on in creating my path for doing this freelance is I used to go to these coffee shops and I would just basically be an open book and drawing because I banked on people being nosy. And I always knew that people were watching. Like anytime you see someone drawing, you kind of want to just peek over and see what they're drawing.
Yeah.
So I welcomed that, and everywhere I would go, I would strategically sit at the corner of the table and just have my sketchbook open so people could actually see what I was doing. And I wasn't too private with a lot of my works because I just always want people to see. And there's certain jokes that come out in the work that I feel like people will laugh at or get a kick out of.
Yeah.
And eventually, certain people saw my work and then eventually hired me to do stuff. So I think it was working, and now I'm just an open book with my sketches, and I want people to actually see. And even the stuff that I do privately, it's just really art at the end of the day, and it's meant to be shared for me. So I'm not really.
Awesome. Well, should we jump into the work?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Okay. I'm very new to capture, but
Yeah.
let's try it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let's see if we can. Okay.
Clarissa is saying, "What a beautiful style."
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so we can.
And I also read in the comments that many people feel reminded of the comics they already know. So I think maybe like this experience of, watching comics and all, it kind of creates also these visuals for you, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched a lot of comics when you were?
So I grew up, because I'm from Jamaica originally, and when I was living there, the cartoons that came through our airways were like Popeye, and Tom and Jerry, and so a lot of my early inspiration came from those two cartoons.
Yeah, I love those two.
Just kind of and just kind of like that, and Bugs Bunny, and like just kind of like that traditional hand animation, and like the way certain things were animated and stretched out, and the characters and how they were built. So a lot of my work comes from that, and then eventually, like I started watching other things where it's just like, Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. Yeah. And love Spider-Man, and like I wasn't super into comics as much as I was into like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and Popeye and stuff like that. So
yeah, for me when I was a child, I was in the Ukraine, so I was born in the Ukraine until I was like 9 years old. So I spent my childhood in the Ukraine, and Tom and Jerry cartoons are so amazing for, international, anybody who is like from a different country, because they don't really talk. It's not about saying something. It's more about the gestures and what's happening.
Right.
So it doesn't even have to be translated into any language because it's so universal.
Exactly.
And I think that's amazing. Michelle is saying Bugs Bunny. I used to watch that too.
Yeah, Roadrunner. Yeah, Roadrunner is really cool.
Okay.
So there it is. That's Woody.
Yeah.
Okay, so I click this, and so I'm gonna save it, and then I'm going to maybe put it into. Let's see. We'll just put it into my library here.
You can shoot out the sketch if you want.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, so that way it gets rid of like the weird artifacts on the side.
Actually, I might bring that in.
Okay.
Because
you can do it in Illustrator too.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, there's something about the accidents that kind of add to the style eventually.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Maybe that will come in handy.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can open it on here.
So, and I just saw the capture of the sketch, and it already kind of took out the reds. So the pre-sketches that you had before kind of disappeared, right? And only captured the black, which I think is amazing. I mean, it makes it so much easier for you to, to take out the most important things.
Exactly.
Did you save it to your libraries, Joonbug?
Yeah, I saved it to my library.
That should be under Illustrator, so go to Illustrator. Get out of that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Then go up top and go to Window.
Uh-huh.
And then go to
Libraries. Down? Yeah, down. Yeah, right there.
Oh.
And then it's saved in your libraries, probably. Yeah, there we go.
Look at that.
Yeah, awesome.
See, I'm so used to going the other way.
Cool.
Okay, so I just double click? Okay, just drag it in.
Yeah, Tim, thank you so much. You can clean it up in Capture app. Yeah. This is cool.
Ooh, it's pretty big. Okay.
It's good.
So let's...
The bigger, the better.
Yeah, so let's...
Although it's a vector, it doesn't really matter.
Let's just bring it down just a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to full screen your Illustrator?
Yeah, actually, let's do that.
Yeah. Yay, cool,
There
awesome.
it is. And then
So
we
there's
can
more
just-
space.
There we go.
And we have a chat and win in 8 minutes and 50 seconds, so stay tuned.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, there was a question about me being 90 years old. I'm not quite 90 years old, no. I think I said
90.
something when I was 9 years old,
Oh,
and maybe it sounded
I
like 90 years
I
old.
see. The accent always gets people. Okay, so for me, I like to work with the Pathfinder tool. That is my best friend. I usually keep it on the right side, and I utilize merge, or I guess use unite, divide. Those are my two besties, and then we can kind of scroll in here. So
That already looks cool.
you see how we have all of this and it's all connected. So for me, I like to just go in.
Ungroup it? Or
Sometimes, but like sometimes if you ungroup it, then you're left with like random
yeah,
things that you don't know exactly where they are.
yeah.
So I kind of go into the group and then select what I want to select, cut it out, and then paste it outside of that.
Okay. So
So
you get rid
now-
of all the distractions.
Right, and so now I can kind of push it to the side, maybe use
You
it
might,
later.
yeah, exactly. I think those structures can be really interesting inside the
Right,
illustration, as you said.
and so then I work with layers. Let's see if we can find my layers here.
It's actually right here. Layers, right there. Yeah,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
hidden in there. Gotcha.
yeah, cool.
Okay. So I just want to color this. Actually, you know what? What I do is I select same, fill color. Let's get this out of here. And then I will basically put it on its own layer. Like
So it's
that.
independent from the rest.
Right. And actually, you know what?
Julia is asking, any general advice to give more realism in illustration made 100% in Illustrator?
If you have, I guess, the pencil, or some way where you can like use your hand instead of a trackpad or a mouse, I think that would kind of give you a better sense of what to make look realer or more real. I think when you have a trackpad or you're just using the mouse, it's kind of difficult. It takes a little longer, but if you have something where you're holding it like you would be holding a regular pencil, then you're able to kind of like flow freely with it. That's what I found to work. And I use a lot of references just to like study, but not necessarily like draw from, and get a feel for where things should be. A lot of times I look up if someone's running, which arm is receding, which arm is, you know, kind of coming to the forefront based on like where the legs are and stuff like that to make it actually look like they're running.
Yeah.
So we'll go into
Oh yeah,
here.
right by the eyeballs you can see those movements through the little
Yeah, these like, old
Yeah.
school, like, so, okay, let's see.
And Santa G is also saying, love how you draw the dangling eyeballs.
Thank you, thank you. So actually I'm gonna go back a couple because I wanted to do this first. So normally, whenever I have a drawing, I usually have all the lines connected, and it'll be apparent why in a second. So I'm gonna use the pen tool to kind of connect some of the lines that weren't connected. So, and they don't need to be perfect. They just need to connect. So I'll be over here.
Yeah, and this line is not always the same width anyway, so it's not perfect anyway. You don't have to
Exactly,
do this.
exactly. And I think that is what I like about just drawing by hand, because all of this that the vector picks up kind of goes along with my hands anyway. So
Kevin is saying reminds me a lot of Klasky Xupo 90s Nicktoons.
Ooh, yeah, I used to watch that too.
Yeah.
Watched a lot of Doug. Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold, yeah.
Hey Arnold was underrated. Very real cartoon.
Cool.
Let's see. So I'm almost finished with like closing some of these loops. And most of the time, that's what I spend my time on, is making sure everything is closed before I scan it in. So, but now that I'm gonna use the pencil, or start using the pencil, I feel like I can always close these up. So we can see how well we did, and I just basically get all of those and then unite. So all the things that I drew to connect are connected now. So you can kind of see this is now connected. Okay, so now I will just do this one, and then I'll do this here. Divide. And now you'll see over here where there's a question mark. So the question mark means there's multiple differences inside. It's no longer just the line work. So I'll double click in here and then select all that fill color, so all the black, and then I'll group that together. And usually I'll change the color, so maybe we'll do the swatches. Okay. And I wonder if there's color books. Yes. I usually use the Pantone coated. Can do solid color. There we go. That's where it's at. So
I also love how you can use, there is also a color picker online. So you can also get color inspirations. Maybe I can show this real quick.
Yeah.
So you go to color.adobe.com, and then you have this color picker, which I think is really cool. You can really pick a really nice color palette here. And then you can also go to Explore. And that takes you to this page where you have different illustrations that have been made by artists. And it picks automatically the colors out of those. And also you can check out trends, which I think is also really cool. For example, if you have a certain field that you're working on, I really like the graphic design ones because mostly in my work I do branding or packaging. So those are interesting for me, but also you can go on to illustration. And then you can view more, and here you have different illustration styles, and according to the styles you have the different color palettes, which I think can be really helpful. Picking the different colors.
I see. So. Well, let's try that. So I also have a color resource on Pinterest that I use, and my Pinterest.
And chat and win in 1 minute, so stay tuned and win some stickers.
Let's see. Let's go to...
Vikash is saying, my name is Vikash, and I have a question. How to learn easy way drawing?
It's a thing that you get better by doing. The more you draw, the better you become, and the easier it is to draw. And I think there's a lot of practice. And the exercises that I use is to draw something, just draw a line, a shape, whatever, and then kind of stare at that shape or line and see if there's something there, and just kind of go on that, and not necessarily feel like it has to be something that's refined. You just need to almost like looking at clouds, and you see all these different things by looking at clouds. Just go ahead and draw those and just flesh those out, and not necessarily care about what the end result's going to look like. It's just more of that practice of drawing. So.
Cool. Oh, we have the chat and win right now, so let's jump into that, and then we'll go back to the color. All right, guys, so awesome! It's chat and win time. It's the fireworks, so you guys can win some amazing Sticker Mule stickers. Just type anything in the chat to participate in the chat and win. So just type anything. Type your favorite color. Type Joonbug. Anything, just really anything, and we'll be back with a winner in a little bit. With a holder of 100 Sticker Mule stickers.
That's a lot of stickers.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, especially if you're as good as you, and you can make some nice stickers yourself.
I'll just put my name everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Awesome. Stickers and ice cream, Santaji Singh.
What kind of stickers do you have on yours? You have, what did I say?
Creative Jam. Do you know the Adobe Creative Jams?
No.
It's an event, and we have a winner called Julia Roman. Yay, Julia from Italy. I remember.
I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
That's
We're gonna get
wild.
in touch with you shortly through Behance. So stay tuned. One of our team members will reach out to you, and you'll. Congratulations. And for everybody else who hasn't won, you have the chance to use this link here, stickermule.com/AdobeLive20, and you can buy, I think it's 10 Sticker Mule stickers for only $1. And in the US, as far as I know, it's free delivery, so only $1 for 10 Sticker Mule stickers, which is amazing.
There it is.
Congratulations, Julia.
That's wild,
Cool.
because we also called her out, and then like she just won, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
Julia
okay.
is the star of the
She's the
chat
star.
today.
She's the
Sorry.
So yeah, this is my board. I curate this board quite often, and it's just like a landing place for color palettes that I've come across that I really like, and in hopes of putting them into designs later, like extracting them. So maybe we can utilize the color picker on Adobe.
Color.adobe.com?
Yeah.
Color.adobe.com.
There we go.
And you can also, the good thing here is you can save those color palettes to your library and straight open them in Illustrator, so that's awesome.
Oh, nice.
You can go here into trends and yeah.
How could we create or bring in one of these images into?
Oh, I think
Is
you
it-
can.
are
I
we
think
able
if
to
you go on
upload?
create,
Okay.
yes, and then you can I think extract theme,
Oh,
and then
there
you
we
can
go.
drag and drop your
Okay.
file. Yeah.
So let's figure out a color palette to use real quick.
That is so exciting.
Let's see.
It's really cool.
We can use something that is a little bright.
Julia is saying, I never won anything. Well, now you have.
Now you have. Let's do.
Yeah. Sienna, one day you'll also win. She's saying, one day I'll win, right?
Let's
Yeah.
do.
Just stay tuned. Stay here in the chat. Hang out with us.
What's a color palette that we could use? Maybe something like.
I think red and blue is always really cool.
Red and blue. Ooh, maybe this one.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, this kind of has like a vintage vibe to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally what I'll do, or can you do this?
Oh. Oh.
Look at that.
Technology.
It is
Did it
crazy.
work?
Did it work? No.
Not sure.
No.
Maybe if you separate the windows.
Okay, maybe.
Let's see. Oh.
Oh wait.
Exciting.
Is it working, or that just went to another window? Wait a second. Let's do this again.
Cool. Gucho is saying, thanks Joonbug and Julia for sharing your workflow.
Thank you.
Color.adobe bookmarked. Yes.
Boom.
Really
There
cool
we
tool.
go. Okay, let's try this again. Create.
Dorina is asking, we can drag and drop an image into Adobe Color and it will create a color palette from the image. Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing right now. Hoping to do.
Hoping.
Maybe you can save it.
You can
Or,
download it or just
Yeah.
take a screenshot of it.
or take a screenshot. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's a good
screenshot
idea.
would probably be better.
Yeah. Yay.
There we go. Get his brown shoes in there.
Cool.
Okay, and then let's do this here.
And drag and drop our picture. Oh, now it works. Cool. So see, this is how it works.
Wow.
Dorina. It gives you, and then you can also move and really pick whatever colors you want.
This one right here. I like this blue.
And then the cool thing here is if you click on save, you can save it to your library. So whenever you open Illustrator, you will find this color palette that you picked here from your picture.
Yeah, very nice. Let's get this orange here, like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we should be good, maybe. There we go.
And you can also use different color moods here on the left. Thank you, Tim. That's a good tip.
So just save this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What?
Of course, you have to sign into your account.
Wow. What are they doing now? Can we just do this? Let's just do this here. Let's.
Oh, quick verification.
Let's do this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Steve is saying this can also be done in Photoshop using Capture in PS. Awesome. Capture has this feature too, Michelle is saying.
Oh, it
Yeah.
does. Okay.
Yeah, there's always,
just
there's
lose it?
not just one way. There's always different ways to do something.
Did we just lose it?
Oh, I don't know.
You have it on another window. Then.
Oh, maybe.
No, this was the window.
Yeah.
Okay, might have saved to your libraries then.
Okay, let's try it.
Check Illustrator. See what's there.
So go to libraries.
And then colors. My library. Is there any other library?
No. Let's try it again, guys.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Okay, we'll just go with these.
Cool.
Theme.
And now it's saved to the library. And there it is.
Okay.
Yay!
So I can just drag it out here.
Yeah. And for you guys who want their
Oh.
portfolio reviewed, make sure to submit your portfolio. We have 52 more minutes
Okay, let's do this now.
to submit your portfolio.
Okay, so now that everything's settled, let's select everything that's not, and maybe, there we go.
Ooh,
Let's go.
I like these colors. They're like not very bright. They're like little, you know, offset.
And then just kind of delete what we don't need. A little space here, don't need that.
Yeah.
And then let's try.
Cool.
Okay, so now we have this. And I'll just take out the, so you can see that's what's going to be beneath it. And then we'll go back to layers.
Oh, so by
layer
creating
two.
the two layers, you basically create this.
Yep, and so now I can just move this around or
Ooh.
change different things. And ungroup this. So now I can go back to my libraries and I can kind of
Recolor it.
recolor it, change that.
Cool.
Maybe change this here. Give him some blue jeans.
Timo is asking, can I submit my portfolio through myportfolio.com? I can actually show you real quick how to submit your portfolio. It's very, very easy. If we jump on my screen real quick, you can see this is where we are right now. Inception, woo! And here above the chat, there is a link to the portfolio review. So this is where you can submit your portfolio.
So we can give him a little patch. Actually, let's do the right patch. There we go. And then, yeah, so I kinda
Oh,
like
I really like the colors. They came out so good.
this. Yeah, they did. And so now, what I'll do, maybe we'll just make his skin a little blue here. Or actually, what you can do as well, like if I make this blue, I should be able to lower the opacity.
Yeah, it's in properties, yeah.
Properties,
Yeah, right there.
Uh,
If you go into, yeah, opacity, yeah, correct.
okay,
Jag is saying, I'm digging these colors. Yeah,
let's just do that.
it's a mood.
So let's do all his hands. And we can
Cool.
click that off. Hands. Boom.
This is fun.
Boom.
So what's the board saying?
It can kind of say anything. When I usually do things that are gonna have words, I'll leave it blank, so that way I'm not married to whatever I draw in there. I actually like draw around it, so I'll draw in this space on the paper, and so whatever will work in this space, I'll just like drag it on the computer into here. So I leave everything as editable as possible, so I can kind of go back and forth with it.
Cool.
And that gives me the freedom to just create and not feel like I'm stuck or a permanence on it. So make his tongue.
Cool. Jimmy's saying, this is reminding me of Rocco's Modern Life.
I am glad that it's coming through. Yes. Rocco's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy. Those are kind of the...
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy was also said by somebody before.
Ah, glad.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll kind of keep this right here and maybe move on to the cell phone here now.
Anthony is asking, did you design for the Shoe Palace 25th anniversary?
I did. Did you get a shoe? I hope you got one because they sold out really quick.
Yeah, I think it's in one of your Behance projects, right?
Yeah.
Over here, we can quickly take a look. It's really cool.
It was a really fun project, and it started off as that mural.
Yeah,
and
this is
we were
pretty.
able to
really
extract that mural and place it on a shoe.
Wow.
I was going to wear the shoes today, but I was like, I don't want to flex that much, you know?
You should wear them
I'll
tomorrow.
wear them tomorrow.
We have another day.
I'll wear them tomorrow.
Yes. This is really cool. I really love it.
Thank you.
And also, I like the combination with the red. I think
Yeah.
it works so well.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay,
Amazing.
So we'll do the same thing that we did in the first one, and we'll group that. And then maybe we'll just do that.
Jimmy's
Go
suggesting the sign should say, wash your hands.
Wash your hands. We
Okay,
can
guys,
definitely put that on there.
we need to come up with suggestions. You should
let's do
suggest
that.
what the board should say.
What should the
Let us
board
know in the
say?
chat. What should the board say?
Wash your hands, please.
Scam likely.
Scam likely. Maybe we'll do this red.
Jimmy's saying that's awesome. Awesome in caps.
I like it. Okay, so let's group all the reds. Let's group all the blues. And then whatever's left over, we'll just color something else.
Andreas is also saying, so cool.
Thank you. Let's do...
Jimmy-
Oh, look at that.
Cool.
Oh, man, I like that.
Yeah, the colors really worked well together. The ones that you picked from the picture.
It's like a nice little family here.
Steve
So,
was suggesting stop harshing my chill. And Jordan is suggesting remove me from your call list now.
I like that. Remove me from your call list or
Yeah.
stop calling me.
Yeah.
Because they really do just back to back. Sometimes I'll wake up and there'll be like 12 calls from scam.
And sometimes they call at times like at 5 in the morning or
Yeah.
something.
And you're trying to sleep and...
That should be illegal.
It should be. I feel like there should be a law to stop that.
Hazal is suggesting catch me if you can.
Catch me if you can. I like that. There was a movie called that, I think.
And Tim is suggesting K thanks bye.
Ooh, I like that one too. Maybe we can do a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Ooh,
right.
That's kind of interesting.
That monster feel.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, that's cool. Love it.
The eyes here. Maybe this can be.
And Tim is suggesting call me if you can.
Call me if you can. Nice.
That movie Catch Me If You Can. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep.
One of my
Leo.
favorite movies with him.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
See,
nice
just
little shadow.
just by making
Yes.
this the same color as the line work,
Yeah.
you kind of create the shadow.
This is so exciting. It's coming out
And then
amazing.
We'll just do the same thing for here. Or we'll just make it, kind of like this.
Oh, we have somebody who went to school with you, Travis Wicker.
What? McMurray, yeah, that's where I went to undergrad. And that's where I learned how to do all of this, just like marrying the traditional stuff with the Illustrator.
Yeah.
Dang.
Also, people were asking, did you go to school for something, or did you learn it yourself?
So I'm mainly self-taught, but when I was an undergrad, I had a really good art teacher that showed me how to put all of this on the computer and then take it farther. So I didn't really go to an art school per se, but I had someone that opened my eyes in a way. And I think that was a lot more valuable to me.
I agree.
So in that, I saw like how to really create these stuff. And so I want to show you guys this interesting. So I have this line right here. Let's make it red. And this, there's a space right here. So this color I want to separate, because right now I want to separate it from, like I want to delete this space over here from it being the leg. And so because there's a break in this line work, it basically colors everything, and I don't want that. So what I usually do is I just create a false closing of that line, and it can be whatever, as long as you close that gap. And so what I'll do now is I'll select this and select this cream color, and I'll go to this divide, and basically now it's two separate entities. And so now I usually group this because I want to still keep it, and then I'll unite it again. And then now I'll delete this part because I don't need it. So now I'm left with what I really want.
Cool.
And then because I want to use this, I'll just, take it out, cut it, and then I'll paste it in this layer that's supposed to be. And then I'll color it this color, then I'll select the line work itself. So, so it's down here. So I'll select all of that, and then I'll just unite it again. So now it's like it's part of the thing.
So it's like one surface together.
And you can use, this should be a smoothing tool. Oh well, can't find it right now.
Maybe effects or...
Effects maybe, I'm not sure. It's not important. But I'll like, if I'm a stickler, I'll just fix out all these lines. I mean, you can do all sorts of things with that. Yeah, so stuff like that. But now that I have, and I'll just put the lock back on, and I'll go back. So now I can color what I really wanted, which was just this leg. Go back to my libraries, make this leg. See, I kind of have the same thing here, but I don't feel like fixing it. Make the legs red, kind of like he has little leggings on, maybe. Same thing with this, of just having the, let's see, leggings here. Boom, boom, okay, let's do, okay. And then we'll have another kind of legging situation here.
John Eric is also suggesting, don't call me, I'll call me for the board.
Okay, so we have this, and then even for this, we can maybe do, let's play around with the Pantones a little bit more.
Yeah.
So even in addition to having the ones that we extracted, we can still go in and kind of use some stuff. So I'll just pick some colors that I think will probably go well with the...
Oh, yeah.
Like
that works so well.
Purple phone.
Yeah. And Tim is also saying, I feel like a simple nope could also work. Gotta keep it short.
Gotta keep it short.
Yeah, short and crisp, huh?
Okay, let's see now. Maybe this looks a little...
Yeah, I think purple is also the kind of artificial color. You know, it's kind of not something that's attractive to most people. It's not like an earthy color, you know? With earthy colors, you feel very comfortable, and it's like warm. And that's kind of giving it the contrast.
Exactly. And what we can probably do... See, and then after a while, I don't necessarily feel like things need to be as realistic as we think about. So like even though this is part of the arm, I still like this color right here. So I'll just make it. And then it'll start becoming more about color theory than actually being correct.
Oh, yellow teeth. Yes.
Let's do this right here.
Yeah.
And let's do these right here. Okay.
Cool.
Boom. Perfect.
Yes.
And then we'll just make this maybe no. Let's go with something. Maybe this orange. Yeah, that orange looks good.
Cool.
And then I'm not really feeling this color anymore. Maybe we can do.
Yellow.
Try this color again. And then for this, I think I'm just gonna draw what I want. So I'm probably gonna go outside the lines here.
That's cool. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
This is cool.
Get this again here.
Awesome.
And here.
Because it's asking, sir, how to select any object in Illustrator. I think you just double click it.
Yeah,
Right.
I usually use this direct selection tool right here.
Yeah.
And then if I want to just get the points, like if I just want to do, if I just want to do this and get this point here.
And then you can edit it or move it around.
Yeah. But yeah, for just to select everything, I usually use this. And I like to push it back. So maybe let's push it back here. And maybe even change this here. Okay, so let's do, just to bring this nice yellow or yellow green down, we can just balance it out by putting it down here somewhere.
Yeah, I think this yellow-green color really works with this character because it's kind of like this color of, you know, like toxic, like this toxic color.
Yeah.
Right?
Which are these toxic calls, really.
Yeah.
So it works. Let's do, so I'm noticing that it's selecting, the red. Because the red is grouped, anything red will just automatically select everything.
This is hilarious. Phil is saying, I actually like picking up those scam likely calls and trying to talk back in Chinese.
Oh, wow.
This is hilarious.
But what do they do? It's like, because it's a recording almost too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sometimes they're real people though. Imagine having a job like that and calling people randomly.
And you're just so used to rejection because like as soon as
Yeah,
someone picks
yeah.
up, they hang up.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
They must be so insensitive against rejection, right?
That's true. I guess like when you make so many calls a day,
Yeah.
you just kind of get numb to it. It's like, all right,
Okay.
you're gonna click up.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah, right?
Let's see. So yeah, I'm liking this now. And I'm not feeling the red as much anymore, so maybe even tone it down just a little bit.
Julia is asking if there is any name of using the color outside the shape, like you did it with the hand, so you kind of drew around it a little bit. Is there a name for that, or a way that you can describe
What
it?
I think about is offset printing.
Offset.
So yeah, it's not directly in the lines, and so you basically have a shape, and then you have the line on top, and the registration is off, so you're not necessarily as neat, but it does give a cool effect because you see the raw shape around it, but then you see the refined line on the inside. And you can have a lot of fun with that because sometimes what you can do is, so if I put this above and I go to properties and I might do overlay, let's see.
Like a stroke, you mean?
Well, you know how you can do the opacity options of like multiply, screen, overlay?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so here you go to window, and maybe there, I think you can find it.
Transparency,
Yeah.
here we go, boom.
Transparency.
So,
yes,
you know,
exactly.
if you have the shape, you can have a lot of fun with it based on the color that you have beneath it. And so you can do overlay. You see how that red changes to like a little, a whiter or a brighter red. And then, well, on the screen, it basically turns to yellow. And then multiply will probably darken it, yeah. So actually, let's just do...
So this transparency basically shows the relationship between the two layers, right? So the color gets adapted depending on the way you pick it,
Right.
pick the overlay.
And even I'll just copy this and then paste it maybe in front, and then bring it up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So now we're gonna get into this kind of freeform shape right
Oh
here.
yeah. That's
And
cool.
then we'll probably do the overlay and see how it just affects all that
Yeah.
stuff there. So
That's awesome.
maybe make it a little bit bigger, and
Yeah.
it becomes part of the drawing now.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool. Awesome.
so
I
now
really
you
like those
have-
imperfections.
Yeah, and I think that's what I like getting too. It's just I'm not so married to the drawing being perfect that any mistake or any happy accident actually adds to how the work looks and adds to the
Yeah,
coolness
gives
of
it
the work.
character,
Yeah,
yeah.
it gives it character, and you
And I
can't
think
replicate it.
offset print, maybe some people don't know what exactly it is. So offset print is when you print color by color, correct?
Yeah, color by
So
color.
here you would definitely print all of the different colors that Joonbug is using. So for example, purple would be a different layer of print than the red, for example. So that's the reason why these prints are so, that's the reason why I call it offset, because they're not always perfect on top of each other.
Right. If you think about old Matchbox
Yeah.
little Matchbox packaging, and you'll see some of the colors that are just overlapping just a little bit, and that new color, like if you see red over blue, you'll see like a sliver of purple. It's because they print the one color and they print another color on top, and if that color overlays, you can
Creates
get a
a
whole
mix.
new color.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
awesome.
some, like back in the day we didn't, like the graphic design and the print companies didn't really have millions of colors to work with in print. So they would print in a unique way of color combinations. And so even think about when you print something from a printer, there's only 4 colors in that cartridge, CMYK. But from those colors, you can get a multitude of different, combinations. And when they were printing, they would do, if they wanted like a green, they would print the blue and the yellow, and they would basically have a different opacity, and so they could get the right type of green in a certain spot, and the rest would be yellow and the rest would be blue.
Yeah.
So if you think about it like that, it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
That's why matchboxes are so cool.
Yeah. And it's so interesting. CMYK is for like digital print, right? But then the digital colors are actually in RGB, so the printer kind of translates RGB into CMYK. And I've recently made a really interesting discovery. So I have this project that maybe I can show you real quick.
Showing the project.
So it's called Scanned. So basically I'm using a scanner and I'm using photography and I'm distorting the image while the scanning
really cool.
process. So and that creates color inside a black and white image. So that I found super interesting. It's kind of like, trying to understand how these processes work, how the print process works, how the scanning process works. I think that's always very useful.
So you move the
Yeah.
image slightly
Yeah,
as soon as, yeah.
And here, for example, the same. This is also a black and white photo.
Nice.
And then it creates color.
Just that little hit right there. Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Wow.
So
That
yeah.
looks cool.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, I need to follow you
Scan.
too. That's
And
dope.
also, this is my page, Just Another Sunny Girl. See, I already have one.
Was that
and-
Julia?
Yeah. So Just Another Sunny Girl is more like I post about my work, but also about my, lifestyle and what I do. So there you will be informed if I'm having participating in any events. I always try to kind of help designers or freelancers. So there I talk about, my day-to-day designer life. So,
cool.
Yay! Thanks, Tim. Tim posted the link.
So I like the shape right here. So I basically copied and pasted it in front and did an overlay, and I like what's going on right here, but I don't necessarily like what's going on right here. So I'm gonna take out all of these words. And the way I like to do it is, again, with these two tools right here. So what I'll do is first I'll divide it up, and it makes, when you use divide, it makes everything that's open into an actual shape, a usable shape. So once I know this is a usable shape and I have this question mark here knowing me that everything is in use, I'll just unite them all. And so now it becomes like a whole fill. And so now I can like play around with it a bit more, like get it to where I want it. And even just the space right here, I could put something here like a word or something like that. And so I think I'm pretty happy with, let me see. I feel like this is missing something right here. So I'm gonna put this shape right here and maybe make it a new color. Maybe I like this orange. Let's do this here.
Cool. Yeah, Tim. And of course, the Scam Likely account, Instagram.com/scammed.
Nice.
Tim, good joke.
There's an account. Let's do...
Tim is in Germany.
What time is it over there?
It's like 9 hours later.
So let's do...
My parents live in Germany, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's always difficult to find time to talk to my mom because during the day she's really busy, and then in the night, that's when I wake up.
Let's see. So let's... Okay, boom.
It's late o'clock, Tim is saying, in Germany.
Late o'clock, nice.
Yeah. But actually, now is a good time for people from Germany to tune in here because I think it's probably like 7 p.m. or something.
Okay.
So it's a good time after work.
So maybe let's do this here. I want to replicate the scam. So sometimes I'll lock this, so now I can't move it. So I'll just take this here. And I'll just replicate it. So maybe we can do something where it gets crazy, like scam. And then,
this is screaming more when it's
right,
bigger.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we can probably do...
That's cool.
Let's keep it with this color.
Cool. Love it.
And then we can probably like do one up here. Actually, yeah. We can,
Sienna is asking, have you thought about trying a program like Fresco, or since you have used Illustrator for so long, do you prefer to stay there?
I'm open to Fresco. I've not fully used it yet, but now that I have an iPad and the iPad Pencil, I think I'm going to start messing around with it and just to see like what it is. I still prefer the paper though, but I think it'll be nice to go from a pencil on paper to a pencil on a digital paper, and then just kind of finish it out in the same notion as holding a pencil.
Yeah, and the good thing in Fresco, I think, is that you can actually draw in vector already, and then you can even
go straight into it.
You can go back to your Illustrator on your desktop and edit the vectors afterwards. But I think in your style, it's very characteristic that there are these imperfections and the lines are not perfectly straight, and and there is some little edges here and there that you wouldn't expect. So I think that really makes the style for you.
Yeah. And I feel like if Fresco has the ability to not smooth out my lines, which I think it does, I think I could still use it and get that same effect of these like different weights. So I think I like this how it is. And then all of this right here, I'm gonna ungroup this because now it's becoming annoying. So I'm gonna take some of this, these little leftovers right here, and then I'm gonna kind of put them over here, reuse them, and I'm gonna bring back in these little things right here, right? So you remember like these weren't going anywhere, and then I was like, maybe they could fit the design again. So I'm gonna bring this back in, maybe not this one. So bring this over here, and now we can add a little bit of texture. Let's group this.
Yay.
We'll probably make it, let's make it a new color. Let's do a color that would do really well. Maybe a...
And only 23 minutes until we review your portfolio. So if you want your portfolio reviewed, if you want some feedback from Joonbug on your illustrations or on your designs, submit your portfolio. It's in the link above the chat.
Yeah, let's do
Portfolio
it.
review.
Let's do it. Let's copy and paste this.
This is really cool.
And
It gives it also direction, you know?
Let's maybe make this the red.
Sienna is saying that's exactly what I like to do. I start on paper, then move onto the iPad.
See?
I find it does work pretty well.
It does. Gives you that nice edge that you've been wanting, and it's so random.
Yeah.
Like this is a
This
cool
is really
shape
cool.
right here.
Yeah.
Maybe we can even do this where we just and then flip it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So now we have this nice crisscross.
Yay.
Right.
That's cool.
And then kind of like this. You can isolate this here. Maybe make this hand.
It would be great to see this printed.
Yeah, I think it would.
I heard we have a Rezo printer at the studio here.
Oh, this would be...
That would be
Rezo
amazing.
is great for stuff like this, I think. So I want to recolor, because I feel like this guy's a little too safe, where this guy's really crazy. So maybe we can give him a little bit more
Craziness.
Yeah, especially with the eyes boggling around. So let's let's maybe make this.
Lena Gonzalez is saying, I want a sticker of this.
Oh, man. See if we can do that for you.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be available in your shop very soon,
Ooh,
huh?
that could be a thing. Let's do... actually, let's do maybe this color.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Or maybe... Because I like to use the colors that are already there, right? And
Gotta keep it repetitive in the color to balance it out.
but see, I want this orange right here. So because this is I think this was an overlay. So if I make this in theory, and I copy and paste this, and I make this color, then it'll make that orange. Look at that.
Yay!
So, and then maybe let's put his face a little bit overlay as well. Probably
More
make
craziness.
Yeah, probably make it this purple. And now we have this kind of going on. So I think this is gonna be all offset. Something about it that really feels cool. Almost like a digital glitch is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And maybe the pants is...
Awesome.
Boom.
I really like how it's coming out.
Same.
Exciting. I would love to see this printed, actually. It would be awesome.
Yeah, I saw some stuff in the room, so we can definitely print it. Okay. I'm not really feeling this arm anymore. Let's make this red. And then...
Phil is saying, I dig your style, Joonbug. This is awesome.
Thank you. And you know, it's funny because I don't know if I can replicate this exact thing again, you know, because it's all improv and it's just kind of like, this wasn't a finished drawing, so there's still stuff that can be added. But at the same time, moving things around, creating different color palettes, adding the opacity levels and, you know, multiplying things and duplicating things, it's just kind of created its own drawing in itself. So this is what I like to do, is just having something that feels traditional, but then you add all these digital components to it and make something new. So maybe let's do this purple. Yeah, I'll probably put it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So now we can have something written right here. And even these small little bits and pieces work together really well. Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
I think I have a favorite color palette family of earthy tones and just a muted version of the primary colors. And I think the primary colors are powerful because you can really make whatever from them. And I do mainly oil paints now, and so...
Oil paints?
Yeah, oil painting, that's what I do. I'm actually having a solo show next month, or this month actually, in a couple weeks.
Where?
At Part 2 Gallery in downtown Oakland.
Oh, nice.
So if people want to come out there in Oakland, come see some stuff with this in real life. But yeah, I like the primary colors and just a muted version. So instead of like a bright yellow, probably do a mustard yellow, a rustic red, or olive green, something like that. And I think that plays to my nature of just seeing things and just being very mellow as a person. But then there's so many colors and the color combinations that I can't necessarily choose a full-on favorite. But I am drawn to yellow. I think that color has, like, as an undertone, it feels so warm that I think I use that a lot in my work.
And it also, because it's so bright, it kind of creates this contrast to the earthy tones that you mentioned, like olive or dark red. Cool.
Yeah,
well, you guys let us know what's your favorite color or color palette. It would be interesting to see what you guys are
Let's put another
thinking.
scam right here.
Another scam.
Let's make this
We need more
smaller.
scams.
And then maybe make this.
Also, the way he's pointing at the word
Yeah.
makes you want to read it. So it kind of
yeah,
gets
there's
its
a lot of
attention.
directional.
And now it looks like he's pinching the scam.
Ooh, just a little bit of scam.
The scam,
Just a little bit of scam. I like to name my characters too, so maybe this phone is like Roger or something.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like a Roger.
Yeah, it's good to good to give names.
Yeah, this character
Roger.
actually is my roommate. His name is Topic, and so he's a musician. We're kind of like creating a cover based on his next project. So this is something that we talked about and just was picturing or personifying the scam likely as an actual person in like a phone suit, just like running after and pestering this person that's just trying to exist, and now they're running after each other. So this is kind of where this drawing came from.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then my own experiences of just getting those really annoying calls.
Oh yeah, I think everybody has made
Yeah,
those.
because you think you're getting a call from someone that you love, and then you just look at it, you're like, oh, another one.
Yeah.
So, but I think maybe we might be ready for the words right now. How much time we have? 15 minutes?
15 minutes until the reviews, and then we'll have some more time after that.
Okay,
Like 15,
cool.
20 minutes after that.
Then maybe I can draw one of the suggestions that someone said for the sign. And so maybe people can watch me draw that, and then we can do the capture again, and we can put it back into the design and finish it out.
Okay,
So-
let's do it. So, do you remember any of the suggestions? Guys, we need your suggestions again.
Yeah, let me read some suggestions that we
Yeah.
could put on the sign.
Write your suggestions for the board again. I mean, I can try scroll up, but it was kind of long ago.
Actually, you know what? It's important to save your work because
Yeah, save your
I've
work.
been in positions where I've done so many things, and then
It's
it
also
just
possible
crashes.
to turn on in the settings the autosave, so it will save every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes, whatever you set it at.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have remove me from your call list now, Jordan suggesting. Or Tim suggested, okay, thanks, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Or stop harshing my chill by Steve.
Okay.
Or create for the cure.
Create for the cure.
Or call me if you can. I think I mentioned that already.
Call me if you can. Nope. I really like that. Call
Yeah.
me maybe. Call me if you can.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
Uh-huh.
Leave a message, I can erase it later.
But what would the I almost want the phone to be saying something.
The phone?
Yeah, I almost want the phone to be saying something too. Maybe the sign can be like a big nope, and then the phone can be, so the sign can be answering what the phone is saying to the
Yeah,
guy.
that's a good idea. So they have this communication together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe something that one of the, like as soon as you pick up, what do they say to you? That could be
They
what the
ask
phone
you a
is saying.
question, actually, right? They usually ask you a question. Did you blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
And we have the solution
Exactly.
for that.
So
maybe
yeah, maybe
question
something,
marks or something?
maybe something like that, but then tailor it to something modern. Like,
Okay.
Do you have time to talk about, I don't know, like what your favorite fruit is or something like that,
Yeah.
something funny and just random. I like the not today player too.
Not today, play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, let's do that for the sign.
Okay, cool.
The sign should say nope.
Not
Maybe
today,
nope,
player.
not today player.
Yeah.
There we go. So
Sounds
I'm gonna do
good.
that one.
Nope, not today, player. It is.
Yeah, let's do that. So that's a
Awesome.
mixture
So
of-
we're gonna go back to sketching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh,
So-
and I like that last one by Carol.
Can we talk? Yeah.
Nope, not today, player. Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
it.
that's
Look at
cool.
that.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right.
Well, we're gonna go
so
back to our GoPro
let's try
and do some
the
sketching.
GoPro. Okay. All right.
Cool. I'm gonna
So
try to go
maybe-
as close as possible over here.
So you guys can't laugh at my little red pencil, but this red pencil has drawn many things, so it's actually this small now.
Oh my god. This is
But
really
I
funny.
still use it, like I used it for this, I'm gonna use it for this. So maybe the whole can we talk could be, maybe, because you know how they have the speech bubbles, right? So maybe something like that.
Anthony's saying those colors are so cool. I agree.
And then maybe
Dorina suggesting don't run, I'm your #1 fan.
oh yeah.
Cool.
So maybe something like this, where it's,
We need to get you a new pencil.
I love this pencil though,
But it's gonna be over soon.
Soon, but soon is
How far are you
far
gonna
away.
bring it?
To like maybe, because I think as long as I can hold it, I think it's good. And it's also funny, it's like the smaller it gets, the there's a different way I hold it, and so it creates another drawing style
True.
because I'm not holding it in my usual way. So maybe let's do.
And Sienna is saying they also make pencil extenders. So you can get something to hold your pencil.
I see.
Yeah, but I think this really creates something new, This
Yeah.
new way of
I
holding.
kinda
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
that's cool.
Kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe let's go in.
Phil is saying even the eraser is clapped.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I put in a lot of work with this.
Yeah.
So let's do. Yeah, I know I'm left-handed, so. Guys have
It's
to bear
perfect.
with me. Left hand is really the best hand. It's the right hand to use. To really.
The left hand is the right hand to use. I like that. I know a lot of famous artists were left-handed
Yeah.
for some reason.
Is this because, you know, we're the best? Yeah. Can we talk?
Tim is asking, can you buy a pencil extender?
An extender to an extender. At that point, you might as well just buy a new pencil.
Yeah, right.
An extender on top of an extender. Kind of like that. And
That was quick.
that was quick.
There
And
we
I
go.
think maybe we can do the talk bubbles separate.
That is also smart. So you have two separate vectors that you can do.
Exactly. And then I think for the sign, instead of using this really fine, let's just use the other end and be like, nope.
That, the way you're writing it really reminds me of Popeye. Yay!
And so I think that can go here. And if not, we can always. Okay, so let's
Cool.
try it now.
Let's do
And then
this.
we'll
Now we're
do
using
the
Capture again to
Capture again.
with the iPad.
Let's see now.
Yay!
Okay, let's do. Boom. Alright.
Cool.
Cool. And
That
then
works.
We'll save that. And I think I did in my library again. Boom. Cool. And then we'll go over here. Look into the library. And it's loading. Boom. Bring it here.
Awesome.
Sweet.
This is so easy, guys. It's so
Super
easy.
And then I just need this right here. So I'm gonna go in,
This is looking so good already. Like, I can totally see it on the side.
get this, group that. I don't really need that, but I like what's going on inside here. So we'll just keep that. I'm not really feeling that little part. Group that. This is already closed, so we don't need to. So I'll just take all these three, click out, leave that over here because I might use it later. I think I'm such a hoarder on random pieces because I'm like, oh, I can still use that.
Yeah, I feel the same too sometimes.
Yeah, it's like nothing ever really needs to be deleted. Really. Okay. So I'm gonna take.
Cool, and we only have 6.5 minutes until the portfolio reviews.
So maybe we can put this in here. I almost don't even feel like it needs to match up as much. Like it can, but
Yeah,
not really.
that's cool.
So maybe. Let's do.
Something more dark, huh? Or
I kind
gonna
of like
keep it?
this yellow. So
okay.
maybe we can replicate it again.
It's on soft light. Maybe that's the reason.
That's why. So let's put it
Yeah,
on
there we go.
normal. Okay. Actually, I might just find a pen tool like this.
Yeah, I really like this yellow. It really sticks out.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of like the highlighter, you know? The highlighter always kind of, ooh,
Yeah,
has your eyes.
exactly. And then for this guy, just bring it. Actually, I don't even need that yet. Let's work with this.
Can we talk? Can we talk? It's like the angry wife. We need to talk.
Let's rotate this just a little bit. Get that directional. So maybe. I kind of like it down there.
Okay.
So maybe we'll do...
Oh, you can also use blending modes, maybe. I don't know. Just a suggestion.
I would like to use blending modes, but I think I'm going to fill it first. So we can do what I did before with the divide, and then double-clicking, selecting all that's black, grouping that, and then selecting the fills, then making that a whole thing. So now...
That's cool.
And if I go back into it, delete that. Ooh, one more.
By the way, if you all are creating something similar today because you felt inspired or anything, you can still post your artwork into the Discord channel and get some feedback, talk with each other about, you know, what you're working on. So feel free to still be part of it, although it's not part of the Daily Creative Challenge.
All right, let's see. Maybe we can do a little larger.
The past 2 weeks were really fun. Andrew was doing the daily creative challenges, and everything was around the theme safari. So we saw a lot of like safari style everything. There were posters, there were logos,
Wow.
different illustrations.
So I kind of want to put this on a layer above.
And only 3 minutes until the review.
Let's look at it. Yeah, that looks better.
I am excited.
And maybe let's do a different color.
I am excited. Do you have any artists that inspire you, or
I do. I think I would do them a disservice of trying to list them all. But I will say the one on my small list for sure, I think is Pablo Picasso, in a sense of how he was able to go into different periods. His work is fantastic, but I think I like him more for his ability to test out different styles and then also empty himself into one style and then bring what he learned into the next style, into the next style, and just has a compound. So by the time he got to the end of his life, he was able to basically go in and out of realism, cubism, and even drawing with the innocence of a child. And I feel like that's the path I've been on, is just to be able to just really strip down everything that I've learned and do something with the simplest stroke. And then, you know, there's a few people online that I really like. And one of my favorites is this friend of mine that we used to draw together. His name is Arturo Torres. And a friend of mine from back in Dallas. And we did a lot together, and it was just like his ability to kind of create this nonsense, but in a refined way. And we basically were great at collaborating, and I think his use of color is what helped me a lot too, to develop my color palettes and how I see different combinations and things like that. And yeah, I just feel like we've done so much that I see my work with his, and there's a lot of similarities. Yeah, and what got me started was, who got me started was my uncle back in Jamaica, and so he still holds a special place for me as far as like, you know, helping me start this project.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is great. This is so cool. Yeah, and only in a couple of seconds we're gonna go into space and we're gonna review some portfolios. I'm really, really excited. We have 2 portfolios that we're gonna take a look at. So this is gonna be fun.
Yes, it is. I think this will work for this here. Boom.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Are you ready to go to space?
I am ready to go to space.
I think
Let's
we
do
need
it.
to put on our helmets
This
so
is
we
cool.
can.
Wait.
So we can we just landed. We just landed in space, and we're gonna take a look at some of your portfolios.
Let's do it. Maybe
Get
I
it?
need to like,
Yeah,
there we
okay,
go.
cool. All right. So we have 2 portfolios here. The first one will be by Chad
Mojo.
Brigadier. I hope I pronounce it correct. So I see a lot of illustration work and wait, actually, so you can hear me better.
I'm gonna keep mine on.
Yeah.
I feel
keep
cool
this
right now.
keep the space feel for us.
Oakland space program.
So thanks for submitting your portfolio, Chad. Chad is from Tampa, Florida, and
Florida man.
Yeah. I love Florida. Results-oriented multimedia designer with an affinity for illustration and design with a background in animation. I enjoy conceptualizing ideas and creating new and unique deliverables for print, web, and interactive media. Cool. Branding, animation, illustration, front-end, web design. I continue to pursue various creative venues in hopes to keep growing as a creative as well as a professional. Yeah, I think it's always important to keep growing, and I think it's great that you're putting it here into your little About Me section.
Well written, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great intro. You give a lot of insight into what you're doing.
Right.
So, do you have any favorite you want to take a look at first?
Right off the bat, I was a really big Powerpuff Girl fan, so let's look at the Mojo Jojo, which is the second one. Okay. Yeah, that's that was a very favorite character for me.
I love the colors here already.
Oh man, that brings back so many memories. If you ever get a chance, please go watch that. Watch some reruns, like do yourself a favor, because Powerpuff Girls is great, and I really like the cleanliness too, just all the fills. There's no real line work. Reminds me of Samurai Jack, where it was basically fills, and I really like this. I think
this looks very symmetric. I think you can build something like that with a symmetry tool in Illustrator.
Yeah, I always wonder if you use the symmetry tool.
Maybe, or a reflect tool. And here, the only asymmetry here is the
cape, huh?
Yeah, the cape. This is cool.
I like the color background too.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I like that the eyes are not perfectly white. Kind of gives a little craziness.
Yeah.
Right?
Little bloodshot eyes. Yeah, no, I dig it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, let's move to the next one.
Let's move to the next one.
Let's see. I see some branding work here as well, which is very interesting for me because I'm specialized in branding.
There you go.
Professional services. Awesome. I really like how you are recreating the feel of a golden print.
A little gradient, yeah.
Yeah, a little gradient in here. I really like how.
And it's so subtle because sometimes when you have gradients, you tend to really
overpower them.
But this is very nice and subtle.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good mock-up too.
Yeah, it's a good mock-up. I would maybe add some, paper structure underneath
Oh
here.
yeah, like a little texture.
Texture, yeah. So, so you really have this feel of paper, and that it's a real print.
Yeah.
So,
maybe like a little sheen.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, for branding projects, I think it's good to have more context. So right now, I know it's professional services, but I don't quite get the idea of what exactly the professional services are. So, and you want people
blurbs underneath or something.
Well, I would maybe even write a description. Who is it for? What is it for? What's the the target audience, or things like that. And then I would also include more different ways of using this logo, for example, like stationery maybe, or even like packaging, or depending on whatever this brand is for. So try to show off a little bit more about the brand and how the whole
So you're saying on this layout as showing off the logo and the branding, giving the viewer more to
more context.
Yeah, more context to see like where this logo could live and like the end uses and stuff like that.
And I mean, there's probably also ways to print this logo on white paper and in black, for example, in black ink. So I'm sure there's more ways, to present more about.
Because a lot of times I like to show the inverse as well as just a straight black before you kind of get with this more vibrant like display of it, so people can kind of get like this is what it would print at the very base, and this is what it would look like on the inverse. So you can see that it will look good on a dark background as well as like a white background.
Yeah, cool. And I also really like this incorporation of, I feel like it's, I'm not sure which part of the US it is.
I don't know what state.
Not sure what state it is, but I think it's cool to incorporate it in the logo. It kind of gives a little bit more, background.
I think it'd be cool too if there was the abbreviation of the state, like inside the state a little bit, just like, like just the two letters, almost sitting as a cutout, the same color as the card, or the background of the card, just inside the little state. Real nice hit and very clean too.
Yeah, and I'm also sure that you can use the shape to create something different with it, and use the logo in different ways. For example, this one is more like a longer version of the logo. How would it look if you would just have this little symbol in here by itself? Maybe that will work too.
Yeah. So
that would be interesting to see. I think it makes me really curious though, which is good.
Oh, it's Ohio.
It is Ohio, yeah.
So it's in the title. It'd be nice to like have it in there as well.
And also it's inside the O for Ohio, so that is actually cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah. It's also a little like guessing game.
Clever. But sometimes that's the best thing, is just like allowing the person viewing it to make that puzzle.
Yeah.
And figure it out.
Yeah. See how you did it here? This is great.
Yeah, this is great.
Because you don't only show the logo, you show it in the context. And I think this is amazing because there you really get to understand what is this. I don't even need an introduction here, although you did it here, a little description. But you don't really need it because you can already see, okay, it's a course platform, and it says in the logo already that it's a university, which is very easy to understand, I think.
Right.
And I think here you did a really great job, showing the website design first in the mock-up, and then get into detail and show the different parts of the design that you wanted to show. And I think
having it here is nice too.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's very well designed. The hierarchy is really good, and the typefaces that you picked work very well. The colors as well. I see this dark blue popping up here and there, and it's kind of repeats and kind of gives this brand a holistic appearance. So,
and then the small little green hint as well is not as distracting, but you can tell it's something different. Like it's like when you click on it, it's active, and so it's green. And I like the inverse of things that are more prominent. So like enter module 1, that's just the inverse with the blue as the pill.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, I think you did a really great job here. This is really good. Cool. Anything else you want to take a look at?
I want to look at another art one, can we scroll down maybe a little bit? Okay, so let's scroll back up. Let's look at the one with the guy standing next to the car, right next to that Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. Oh, it's a video.
This is more, because we read in the description, right, he also does animation, so this probably... I would love to see what exactly the animation here is, so maybe you can include even a link to YouTube or to Vimeo where you can post...
Because to me, like, when I look at it, I can kind of see where the animation would go. The guy's face looks really animated already as a still, and it looks like the background... sometimes like whenever, at least for the old cartoons, you could tell what was just still and painted and then what was going to be animated. And it looks like that tree is enough in the foreground where it could probably move or something, and maybe that gas station door is in the back, or it looks like a gas station, could open and close, or maybe the car would be kind of rummaging a little bit.
I really like this detail here.
Oh yeah, like the license plates, that's probably gonna fall off, which is nice.
Yeah, it kind of caught my attention because it's kind of outside the symmetry. And I also really like that the car is not perfectly, perfectly symmetric. So it kind of gives it this character.
Yeah, I like the boxy, angular cars anyway.
Yeah.
I like the small little shadow underneath his feet too.
Oh look, and the little broken seat here.
Nice.
Those little details,
Details.
Yeah. And
With
the little tree,
freshener,
the air freshener,
nice.
That is cool.
You know, it'd be cool too
And
if there was.
is that a chewing gum?
Probably stepped
so.
in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like even in the sewer, if you scroll to the left, there could be some eyes in there.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, nice, just blinking. That's it.
Yeah, the clown.
Yeah, right. Ooh, it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That is cool. I like these little details here.
Mm-hmm.
And this also looks like something connected to the hand, or maybe it's just
Oh, maybe
from
it's
the
just
floor.
a texture in the sidewalk. Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, because there's on the grass as well, and the trash cans out there.
This face is hilarious.
Yeah, I like that tennis ball too.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I think you did a great job getting more into detail here and keeping it exciting. I mean, like, this is a pretty simple illustration, but we had so much time to look at it because we always found other details to like zoom in and find out for us. Cool. Awesome. Great job. I would love to see the animation though.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Maybe we can find an animation one. Or should we go on to another one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Monstrous pizza rolls.
I
Yeah.
feel like he gave a couple. What's below that?
That's a sketch to that.
Nice to always see the initial sketch.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah, I think it's also great to show the process and show from where you started and what it came out to.
Yeah.
Monstrous pizza rolls.
Like the pizza box and just like that checkered pattern around it. Makes it feel like food.
Yeah.
It kind of drives that food quality.
Yeah,
home.
right. I always thought those things that they put into the pizza box, the white little chairs.
Oh.
When you like finish the pizza and there's those chairs and they're just laying out, it looks like an old bar or something. I don't know. I always associated.
Stack them.
Yeah, right. Cool. This is definitely very interesting. Good
Pizza
job.
is very cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy pizza. And dangerous too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, great job. Let's jump to the next one.
Okay.
Also, if you all are interested, follow Chad on Behance and check out more projects. All right, the next we have here Carly Berry.
Ooh, hand
Carly
lettering.
Berry. Love it. Thank you so much for submitting your portfolio. This is really, I love this. I love this already. TLH Blonde Ale. I love beer brands. Yeah, I like this symbol. It looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Colors are also really good. It has this natural vibe, this
Yeah, it's a good
little
intro color.
Yeah, the green is a little more, desaturated, which makes it very natural feeling. And Grasslands Brewing, perfect. I love this picture, the way you incorporate it into the background.
Yeah. I like the angular directions too, because it's like when you wrap it, how those downward triangle looking lines, they're gonna intersect, and you have like the symmetry of one half of the hop and the letters, and then whenever it closes, it'll just be complete.
This is awesome. It makes you want to turn the can, turn.
It does. Oh, look, we have a mock-up. Yes.
This is cool. Yeah, so this is what I think is necessary to really understand the brand. You really have to put it into context and make the client understand how it can be used, right?
Right.
So.
And it's nice to go see the label layout and the flat, and then go straight into the mock-ups, and then having a detailed version of the mock-ups too. So now, like my guess of the symmetry coming to a close,
Exactly.
I can see it now.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
And I like that the background is also
Yeah, it's in a similar
and
style.
In a similar style, nice halftone.
Yeah.
The can mock-ups pop right off the screen.
Yeah, and it's great that you picked a darker image, or you made it a little darker so the cans pop out more and they kind of catch the attention first. Great job. Oh, I love this.
Ooh,
See, this is what I mean. Like the brand needs to be shown in different ways, so it's easy to understand. Cool.
Wow.
I love this. Also, great job. You know, adding shadow, or and you also multiplied, I think, the same picture, the same image here, and it came out amazing.
I really like the use of color. Oh, then we have picking apart the little symbols too.
It looks like they're hand drawn, to be honest.
Different widths in the
really
lines.
Nice. Yes, I love that. The weight of the line varies and kind of is really well balanced.
And it feels like you could blow up some of these to create their own posters or whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, that gives me the feel, the vibe of the company too.
For sure. I really loved it. Good job. Cool. You want to pick one?
For sure, the Domi Awards. I was looking at that from the jump.
Okay, cool. Yay.
I
This
love
is
a good
beautiful.
hand lettering.
Event visual identity. Yeah, it's good to have a little context, a little description to understand what it's about. Here it's about creating a branding system for the Domi Awards that could live through invitations, event banners, swag, photo booth, and flags. Okay.
So we got the intro, and then look at the colors.
The colors are amazing, I think.
And see, so this is like another variation of the primary colors, you know, and they just always work. And then it being on black just makes it pop off the screen too.
Yeah. Yeah. The yellow is so subtle. I think it's really perfect for this charcoal gray, and it works so well together.
Space real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. And the illustration is beautiful too. I love those elements.
Yeah, and you know, I think, like, let's say if they choose to use red as the main color for the Domi Awards, I think that would have been too much, right? Something about the yellow and having the red not necessarily be prominent made it feel more harmonious.
Yeah,
you know, because there's the thing about, even when you choosing colors, you can't necessarily have them all have equal prominence in the design, because sometimes, you know, red, if it's too much, can overpower the other colors because it's such a powerful, vibrant color. And then even blue can be too cool, so there has to be a ratio. And I think with this design, there's a nice ratio.
Yeah, and I think the word awards, I kind of combined with the feeling of like having a big block of gold or something, you know, an award. And so I think here the color yellow really works so well with this theme. Yeah, cool. And I also feel like the background has a little warmth to it, which also connects to the warmth of the yellow.
Yeah, because it's not full on black. It's like this dark gray.
Yeah. But like a warm, dark, warm gray.
A little bit of yellow in there.
Cool. I also really love those details here, the little eyes.
Yeah.
It came out really great. Awesome. And a yellow rose. I love this. I could see this as a tattoo even.
Yeah, I can see that too. It's kind of cool. like I like when there's icons, you know, iconography that you can pick apart in a design, and it can stand by itself. You know, I think that's always a strength.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when things cut off and they only work in conjunction with something else, that I feel like you can't necessarily have as much reach, you know. But when you have stuff like this, you could just put a word next to that hand, and it could be another design that goes into the company still, you know, or into the project still.
Cool. Good job, Carly. This is amazing. I also love how you didn't pick the same eye and like copy pasted it, but you created different variations of it to show the different colors.
Yeah. Even going back up to like one more design. So even that sun, it could be nice to see the yellow and then like a slightly less opacity of a yellow. And so you still have yellow, but it's almost like a shading, give it a little bit of depth. I think could be cool.
Yeah. So
Especially
you mean
because
like
it has
half of the face kind of a little bit
Yeah,
darker?
because it has that split, so it
Yeah.
can offer something where,
Yeah.
you know, it gives it a little bit more to look at too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. I'm also thinking this looks like two faces and this looks like one.
Yeah, and I think that
Kind
would
of.
add to it, just
Yeah.
having like a slightly less or darker color.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. I love this also. This is amazing. Very
Another
beautiful.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So
This
like
is
a
cool.
nice layout too, and
Yeah. Yeah, so this is, I think this is a good way to show a branding project. You start with a logo and then, you know, maybe patterns or icons or like little illustrations and then how you put it together. So then you like start showing mock-ups of like invitation cards or, you know, things like that here, little ads or
see,
packaging.
now she's introducing these different colors. And what about these socks? Oh, they're patterns.
Yeah, it's a pattern for socks.
Oh.
Yeah. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. It would be great to see the socks also with this pattern, you know,
Oh,
as
yeah,
a mock-up.
Yeah, like right there in that space.
Yeah. But I think it's not that easy to, you know, to make it look realistic. Cool. The poster also came out great. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There
look,
we go.
see, we spoke too soon.
yeah,
Wow,
Cool.
those are some nice socks.
I would love to wear those socks.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's a great arrangement here as well.
Yeah.
Very balanced. There's not too much white space.
Wow.
Cool.
Oh, look, we
there
have
we
some
go.
selling the sock. Okay.
Yay.
See, okay,
Even
she-
wearing the socks. This is
Oh,
amazing.
she's good.
Yeah. You're good. You're good.
Wow.
Sock
I didn't
design.
doubt you, by the way.
Huh?
I said I didn't doubt you, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah. Photo booth backdrop. That's a great backdrop, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to think about that too. Like
Mm-hmm.
the social media circle around, you know, the cycle of just like having a design, having an event, knowing that people
It's
are gonna
strategy.
come.
It's strategy,
Yeah, it's
right?
strategy.
People will take pictures and
Right.
they'll post it, and
So might as
you
well
know, people.
give them a backdrop
Yeah.
that could go back into the project and then eventually lead back to you.
Yeah. So this is all very beautiful.
Ooh.
Love it.
Let me see what. Oh, okay, go back down real quick. Let me see. Yeah, those are real nice. Those are real nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And
I'm
see, that's
wondering
I'm
what the
saying, it's
material is. It's probably some kind of clay or something, right?
Yeah, it looks
Looks
like a
like it.
block of something.
okay.
That coffee one is special. Very
Yeah.
special.
I love it.
And that sun looks a lot more lively too, which is great.
With the little red cheeks.
Yeah. And the texture inside that is great.
Yeah.
We have a close up.
Great.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Really
It
thorough.
looks like hand painted, really.
Yeah. So
It's
really
amazing.
thorough design work. Oh, is this her? Oh, they're wood.
Yeah, wow. This is cool. Wow. This is amazing. Good job.
Yeah,
Wow. I mean,
Fantastic.
we're all blown away here. Cool. Well, great job. Let's do another quick one.
Clap to that one. That was great.
Yeah, that was great. Let's do another quick one.
Daily Rose.
Daily Dose
Oh,
Designs,
Daily Dose. Why right there?
greeting cards, and pick-me-ups. Cool. I love the type.
Mm-hmm.
The type is great.
I love
Color
the
combinations is
Color
amazing.
combination.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of see a little bit of offset too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Little
offset just
on here,
always
yeah.
works.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared of the offset, y'all.
Yeah. Stirring the pot.
See,
A novel.
this creates that dated look too. You know,
Yeah.
like a certain era of time that she probably was going for, and just bringing in the certain colors
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
of the time. That kind of gives me like a 50s vibe.
Yeah. The patterns of the dresses
and even
all.
the specific typography too,
And the hairstyle even.
and the hairstyle,
And
yeah.
the way she's dressed.
That pattern, yeah, everything.
It really gives you a good understanding of the context. I love the colors. I mean, all these posters are so different, or book covers, I think. But they kind of still belong together because the colors are repeated. This pink is repeated, the purple,
Right.
you know, this beige color here in the background. So I think that works super well, and they're
Even-
all kind of, you know, like very low. They're not very bright colors.
Right, even the illustrations too. Like you have common threads of like there's cars, there's women, and there's a certain fashion element that's
Yeah.
always embedded into each of the designs.
Yeah. Wow, great job. This is really cool.
A lot of attitude there.
I love
yeah,
this.
I dig it.
Yeah.
As long as it returns.
Well, great job. This is amazing. I would love to see more of, I'm gonna check out more of these projects. Wow, this is a lot of work.
Ooh, she had some pins in there.
Well, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us today. And tomorrow we'll be back and we'll do some more. So what's the plan for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I would love to start off with some warm-up sketches. And I do this thing called Good Morning, and I just basically tell people good morning through art. So maybe we'll start off with that tomorrow and then just see what all we can create in maybe 15 minutes. And then do the capture and then do the Illustrator again.
Awesome.
So,
well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And hopefully we'll see you back tomorrow. And we'll go have some lunch now.
some lunch.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.